National Weather Service a new warning because of the dangerous cold to get to. So we've got another 10 to 15 minute update for you here live on a snowy, cold Saturday across central Indiana, and we're starting to get some totals coming into the National Weather Service at the airport. Up to 2 inches of snow at the airport. They're getting some reports near or just over 4 from the south side. So I'd say widespread 2 to 4 inch totals, and we still have several hours of snow to get through. And the snowfall rates, by the way, 1/2 inch to 1 inch an hour, and it's 3 o'clock. We could end up with another 4 inches of snow or so before this is over, and it's going to be a while before it's over. You can see the back edge of the steady snow, the steady heavier snow, is now entering the western sections of Illinois at the end of this 2-hour loop. You can see it there if we focus on the areas of darker blue. Winter storm warning continues for most of central Indiana through midnight due to that snowfall potential, 4 to 6 inches or more. Even in those advisory areas, you're going to be close to that 4-inch total mark, and that will include those of you in Peru, southern Monroe County, south into Bedford, with really the majority of us in that range of 4 to 6, maybe more in a few places in terms of snowfall totals by the time this winter storm wraps up. Let's give you a tour all across central Indiana on some of the steadier bursts of snow from Columbus to Greensburg into Brookville. Darker blue, southern sections of Johnson County getting hit really hard at this point. When we see this darker blue, we know the snow is heavier and the visibility is reduced. At times when I came downtown, I got under one of those steadier bursts of snow. Visibility was reduced to probably a half mile. So that's an issue too, on top of snow covered and slick roads at this point. Some steadier bursts of snow moving through Martinsville south to Ellisville. You can see it does get lighter in Bloomington and not much snow falling right now in Bedford, Seymour, and North Vernon. So there is going to be a cutoff from maybe an inch or so south to where we get those heavier totals across the central part of the state. We'll bring it into Marion County, south side again. National Weather Service getting a report of already over 4 inches of snow on the ground. Out at the airport at 2 inches and adding to it. Some steadier snow Zionsville and Whitestown up along Interstate 65 into Lebanon, east into Greenfield, and we go north. Here's Interstate 69 and even darker blue showing up northern Hamilton County through the heart of Madison County into Muncie and Delaware County. This is when we get this darker blue. Again, that indicates those snow total, or those snow rates, I should say, nearing 1 inch an hour. Some steadier snow over Frankfort and a good part of Clinton County. Not quite as heavy for you, Monticello, Logansport, Delphi. So that's going to be the northern extent of the cutoff of the heavy snow. Once you get up into those areas, the totals are going to be much, much lighter. Heavier burst of snow from Petersburg there into Clinton County, still snowing in Crawfordsville and the southwestern part of our area as well, including Terre Haute. If you are traveling, it took me twice as long to come downtown. It is going to take you longer to get where you're going as the snow is expected to continue to fall for us over the next several hours. We'll start to lighten up once we get about the 6 o'clock hour. So again, another 3-4 hours of this steady snow, and the totals are really going to add up. By the time we get to 8-9 o'clock, the majority of the snow has ended for central Indiana, and we turn our attention to a really cold night. No surprise here, road conditions over the last several hours are in this. Sure, I'll take that. Kyle's helping me out today. This is Interstate 65 in Jasper County. So we talk about the snow-covered and the slick roads, and wow, it is rough going. So we're Jasper County. We're in that's northwestern part of the state, correct? That's just out of our viewing area. Pretty sure that's up toward the Chicago area. Just to the southeast of Chicago, so in the northwestern part of the state. But you can see there at a standstill. This is Interstate 65 in Jasper County in the northwestern part of our state. At a standstill there on the interstate, and it looks like they've got lots of folks getting off that off-ramp as well. So This is what it looks like when you get under the bursts of snow. The visibility is low. The snow is covering the ground at this point and the roads, and we are snowy and slick all across central Indiana. So we pointed out that accident in the northwestern part of the state. We're going to kind of dive into Marion County, and if you look at the entire loop, basically the entire loop is yellow, indicating slow traffic. So I would anticipate if you've got somewhere to go this afternoon and tonight, you're looking at least at double the drive time. It is simply going to take you longer to get where you're going. I honestly was surprised how many people were on the roads today in the snow. So you're dealing with other people on the roads. You're dealing with the fact that the roads are snow covered and slick. Oftentimes, those crews can't get out there when we've got lots of people on the roads. And sometimes they wait for some of the heavier snow to ease up to get some of that plowed. And again, it's difficult when we've got lots of people on the roads to get those plow trucks to clear everything. So just expect slow going. We've got a handful of accidents too, one near downtown and a lot on the south side, which isn't surprising with that total coming in near or just over 4 inches. That the southern part of the county of Marion County must have been under one of those bigger bursts of snow. So we are at Fall Creek Parkway and Keystone. So this isn't too far from the fairgrounds in Indianapolis, if you're familiar with this area. Snow covered and slick. Can't really see where the lanes are. And honestly, there's a lot of people out. It is a Saturday afternoon. People are still out and about doing what they need to do. It's just going to be slow going. I did have a friend reach out. She's trying to get back from, I feel like she said, the Charlotte area. Anyway, so she had me look at some of the airport delays out at Indianapolis International now. I did look, and they did have a few planes land in that 2 o'clock hour. But I also looked, there were lots of delays on Delta arrival times, lots of delays on American Airlines. So if you would happen to have people coming to visit or you're traveling yourself, just know when we get this much snow, they have to clear those runways out at the airport as well. So that does lead to delays. So another good thing to keep in mind. And also cancellations and closings. I got an email from my local Chick-fil-A in the Westfield area that said they were closing at 2 o'clock for the safety of their team members. So just know that there are closings, there are cancellations, there are disruptions because of this winter storm. We've got the snow and we've got the cold. Cold air is already starting to move in. Here's how it looks right now in Connorsville. The roads are snow covered. I would say we're looking at probably an inch, inch and a half on the ground at this point. 2 inches out at the airport. We're getting a few 4-inch totals already. Chris Kindle Market, yes, they are open today. They are some people enjoying the ice skating, but I know that the cold is going to disrupt some of the hours at Chris Kindle Market in Carmel. It's an outdoor market. There is not heat for some of these outer buildings. So when it gets to a certain temperature, they do close. So if this is on your list in the coming days, know that there are going to be some disruptions here as well because of the cold. We've got a lot of snow on the ground in Bainbridge in the western part of the state. We'll go up into Bunker Hill, fresh snow on the ground. This is one area that will be on the lighter end of those totals. Downtown, visibility still low. You really can't even see down toward the circle at this point. It'll be nice when the lights come on here in a couple of hours when it gets dark. We should be able to see a circle of lights down on Monument Circle, but right now visibility is low because of the snow. 17, a northwest wind at 9. Keep an eye on those east-west roadways. As the winds start to pick up, blowing and drifting snow will become an issue. Wind chills already an issue. We're in the single digits. It feels like 6 in Indianapolis and Greencastle, feels like 5 in Terre Haute, feeling like 0 in Lafayette. So the heaviest snow now through about 6, 7 o'clock tonight, and then it will start to ease up a little bit. But with the snow rates 1/2 inch to 1 inch an hour, we're easily going to add another 4 inches of snow for most of us. Saturday night, that's tonight into early Monday morning, bitter cold. We've got the snow blowing and drifting, wind chills 15 to 25 below zero, dangerously cold. Plan on slow travel, plan on some canceled events, plan on some closings. We may end up with some, in fact, I know we already have a handful, if not more, of some church services for tonight and tomorrow. So make sure that if you typically attend a Saturday night or Sunday morning service, there will be disruptions. Limit outdoor time when it gets this cold. And we do think there will still be some school closings and delays on Monday. Actual air temperatures tonight go below zero for most of us. -2 in Indianapolis, Kokomo, Lafayette, could go even lower with the fresh snow on the ground and if the skies clear. Mentioned the new information from the Weather Service about the cold warning. This is an extreme cold warning highlighted here in blue. It does include Marion County, Kokomo, Lafayette, Greencastle, Terre Haute. But even if you're not highlighted in this area, you still need to take precautions from the cold. Single digits, that's it for highs tomorrow. Wind chills through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, double digits below zero, and that's the reason for that extreme cold warning. When it gets this cold, your family needs extra attention. Check on your friends, your pets. It's simply going to be too cold for them to be outside for any significant amount of time, all the way through Monday morning. The low temperatures go below zero, those wind chills, double digits below zero. If you have some pipes that have given you trouble in the past, I've got one bathroom on an outside wall that I always drip the cold water. You can open up the cabinets to keep the warm air circulating under some of those pipes. So that's going to be a concern all the way through the early part of Monday. And as far as heating your home, remember, it is never ever safe to use an oven or a stove. There are warming centers in most communities. Just try to find one if you need one or if you know of somebody that needs one. And if you use a space heater, those need to be kind of in an open area, away from furniture, away from the curtains, just kind of in a safe place. Last time we checked, we were on Facebook Live, so let's see if we've got some people with us. And if anybody is checking in at this point. We do. Okay, so Dawn from Tipton saying about 4 inches so far. Jacob is checking in. Oh, this is actually a good thing. Someone said hydrate. You know what? If you're going to be out shoveling, and that takes a lot out of you. Drink some water before and after. That's really good. And make sure you're covered really from head to toe because of the elements, the fact that it is cold. Let's see here. Darlene checking in. Oh, Tom asking about blizzard conditions. We haven't reached that criteria. There are certain criteria for a winter weather advisory, certain criteria for a winter storm warning, certain criteria for a blizzard. It has to be a certain amount of snow in a certain amount of time and wind speed for a duration. We're just now starting to see those winds pick up. So the winds for now are below that blizzard criteria, which is the reason the National Weather Service went winter storm warning. But good question, Tom. Darlene checking in from Greenwood, 4 inches, so that makes sense. Remember, we were kind of keeping an eye on southern Marion County and parts of Johnson County under one of those steadier bursts. Joe said coming down in Canby. Thank you for checking in. Let's see here. Vernon says the roads are bad in Indy. Yes, they are. It took me twice as long to get downtown. Addie checking in from Plainfield, 3 to 4 inches of snow on the ground. Tamara asking about Reelsville and Brazil. Also most of us are going to be in that 4 to 6, if not more, range in terms of snow totals. It's just the far north and the far south that we'll see the sharper cutoffs across northern Indiana and then across southern Indiana. And actually, you can see that clearly with radar here. Milton checking in. Franklin Township, 4.5 inches of snow. Tommy checking in from the Fishers-Geist area, about 3 inches on the ground. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Denise saying, yes, it doesn't help that it's a week before Christmas and people. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that people are out on a Saturday in a snowstorm. There's stuff to do. Hello from Muncie. Christopher checking in with 3 inches. Mark from Southport, hello to you. Hey, Betty checking in. Lynn asking about Westfield. Easy in that 4 to 6 range, probably on the high side of that range because we still have a good 3 to 4 hours of heavy snow. Renee, good reminder about the pets. If you're cold, your pets are cold. They don't want to be outside. They shouldn't be outside when it gets this cold. 37 to 69 with slush and snow and slow traffic. Barkersville checking in, David, with 3.5 inches of snow. And Peggy says can't shovel in Canby because it's coming down so fast. So it's going to be difficult. If you wanted to get part of it shoveled, you would probably want to do that now and then get the other half done when it ends. But just know when it ends, it really is going to be bitterly cold. Ricky from Greensburg, about 3.5. Aaron from Muncie checking in. Sheila from Speedway. Oh, travel advisories. Thank you. Carmelita asking about travel advisories. I did check the map for travel advisories, most in that advisory color range, so that's yellow. No warnings or things like that. That travel advisory map is something we oftentimes have on our website. Otherwise, if you Google Indiana travel advisory map, it will come up, and most of our counties at this point are in that advisory level as far as, well, because we have snow still falling. We're going to let you go here on WTHR Plus and on Facebook Live, but I will be back in about 45 minutes. We're going to do another update at 4, 1 at 5, and then we'll have team coverage on Channel 13 at 6 o'clock. So we'll see you in a little bit.